Alright, welcome back to the channel, y'all. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on this channel. Let's get right into this one. Luigi Mangione, the 26-year-old suspect who is suspected of killing the CEO of UnitedHealth executive Brian Thompson. Previous video that we did, we talked about his background. He is from a wealthy family and all that other stuff. This video today is to talk about his manifesto. So a manifesto is something like a body of work, written paperwork, about the mindset of the individual, their thoughts put on paper before they did whatever it was that they did to become known. Like, for instance, the Unabomber. The Unabomber's manifesto was his thoughts leading up to the action, all written out on paper. Today we talk about Luigi Mangione's manifesto, which has been made public. Remember, he is Ivy League educated. He was valedictorian of his graduating class. He has a master's degree and a bachelor's degree. He is not a dummy. He is super smart. He had issues and he chose to deal with them this way. Now, after a near week-long manhunt, because he was on the run, the main suspect in the shooting of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson was arrested by police. Luigi Mangione has now been arraigned in court with the state of New York seeking an extradition order so he can be tried in its courts. I've been told he's fighting the extradition orders. Rumors of a suspected manifesto have been around, making its rounds on the internet over the last 24 hours with speculation of motives and reasons behind the shooting. Why did he do that to that man? I mean, he stepped out, masked up, silencer on a 3D printed gun, a 3D printed silencer, and he ended that man's life. With that in mind, investigative journalist Ken Klippenstein has obtained a legitimate copy of the document. So, shout out to Ken Klippenstein for furnishing us with this document. In the interest of public disclosure, Klippenstein has published the manifesto online, which we will check out. Do you know what? There are a lot of people who are saying, I don't think he did this. I think somebody set this up. I think he was hired by somebody. I think he's programmed. I just don't think he did this. There are a lot of women out there who are saying, oh my God, he is so handsome. He is so drop dead gorgeous. Are you sure he did this? Let's get into his manifesto, because I'm a man and I'm not attracted to other men. I mean, shout out to those who are, but I'm not. So I don't see what it is they're seeing. Ken said, I've obtained a copy of the suspected killer, Luigi Mangione's manifesto, the real one, not the forgery that's circulating online. Major media outlets are also in possession of the document, but they have refused to publish it and not even articulated a reason why they have refused to publish it. My queries to the New York Times, the Washington Post, CNN, and NBC to explain their rationale for withholding the manifesto while gladly quoting from it selectively have not been answered. So obviously, he had an issue. Ken Klippenstein, I want to shout out to you. I want to thank you for being a real journalist, for putting something out there, transparency, for the people to have a proper understanding. Because what Ken is saying, that these major news media houses, they are hustling the manifesto. They have it in their possession. They won't publish the whole thing to the public, but they're reading parts and pieces from it. Why? My answer is because they'll be able to manipulate whatever information if they only give it in bits and pieces. Here is the whole manifesto as it was printed. He said, I'll have more to say on this later, on how unhealthy the media's drift away from public disclosure is. But for now, here is the manifesto. It goes like this, guys. To the feds, I'll keep this short because I do respect you. I do respect what you do for our country. To save you a lengthy investigation, I state plainly that I wasn't working with anyone. This was fairly trivial. Some elementary social engineering, basic CAD, a lot of patience. The spiral notebook, if present, has some straggling notes and to-do lists that illuminate the gist of it. My tech is pretty locked down because I work in engineering, so probably not much info there. I do apologize for any strife of trauma, but it had to be done. Frankly, these parasites simply had it coming. A reminder, the US has the #1 most expensive healthcare system in the world. Yet, we rank roughly number 42 in life expectancy. United is the largest company in the US by market cap, being only Apple, Google, Walmart. United is the indecipherably largest company in the US by market cap, behind only Apple, Google, Walmart. It has grown and grown, but has our life expectancy? No, the reality is these indesperable have simply gotten too powerful, and they continue to abuse our country for immense profit because the American public has allowed them to get away with it. Obviously, the problem is more complex, but I do not have space, and frankly, I do not pretend to be the most qualified person to lay out the full argument. But many have illuminated the corruption and the greed, like Rosenthal and Moore decades ago, and the problems simply remain. It is not an issue of awareness at this point, but clearly power games at play. Evidently, I am the first to face it with such brutal honesty. Wow. Wow. Thank you again. Thank you to Ken Klippenstein for posting the manifesto. I just read through it. The manifesto is simply powerful. He's basically saying in the manifesto, now we know now about his backache injury from the skiing, or I believe it was skiing or water surfing lessons, not skiing, surfing lessons. in Hawaii. He had injured his back, and then it got to the point where his back injury became pretty debilitating. To be such a young, fit, healthy person, and then one injury, and you are super hurt. It also said that he had back surgery. Now, I'm guessing that his insurance company would not cover some of his care, whether it's the surgery itself or whatever. He is from a wealthy family, so he probably could have gotten the money to pay for his care by cash, but maybe he's not that type of person. As per every person that have described him, who has known him, it's kind of like a Robin Hood. Robbing from the rich to give to the poor kind of a guy. He has been described as somebody who is super humble, somebody who is very unassuming. You would never know that he came from a wealthy family or that he has accomplished all these things, a master's degree, a bachelor's degree at the same time in a 4-year period. And the complex studies that he took up and passed and earned his degrees, and the field in which he works, because he never brags about it. You know how a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I have my master's degree in mathematics and engineering, and I have my minor is this, that, and the other, and I'm an engineer certified, and I work at this company. And he was never that kind of guy. Everybody who described this guy so far, I'm not trying to romanticize him. I'm just going off of the information that I've been able to gather so far, is that he's the kind of guy that actually genuinely cares about people. His grandfather, very wealthy. He's the one that kicked it off. His family has old money. Multiple pieces of real estate, country clubs, and nursing home facilities across the state. And he volunteered at some of these nursing home facilities. So I can't help but to think that he got to see up close the healthcare system in action. People who have paid into their healthcare for years being denied. You know, when the healthcare goes, health insurance says, oh, we'll cover the first procedure, but after that, you're going to have to come out your pocket for the rest. Or we'll cover the operation, but you're going to have to pay for the rehab. Or we'll cover this, but you're going to have to pay for that. Which kind of makes a lot of people wonder, damn, I pay all that money into my insurance, and then when I really need them the most, they let me know that, oh, this procedure is not covered by us. Was that in the fine print somewhere? Because I just thought I needed coverage and I got coverage from you. So he basically went on in his manifesto about how messed up it is. I think it is very significant for us to pay attention to what he said when he said, my tech is pretty locked down because I work in engineering, so probably not much info there. In other words, if they're going to trace him through technology, they're going to have a very hard time. I work in engineering, so I have knowledge of tech that is probably superior to your people who you're going to try to get to trace me back to anything else or whatever. I do apologize for any strife of traumas, but it had to be done. Frankly, these parasites simply had it coming, he said. This is kind of like rising up against the machine kind of thing. I am not encouraging anybody. This is a disclaimer for BrainFLoTv. I am not encouraging anybody to rise up against any machine or do anything. But there are a lot of people out here right now who are celebrating this guy as a hero. Wow. I have another theory on that though, which I will talk about on another video. Matter of fact, I don't have to. I'll just say it right here. I don't care what he did. He committed murder. And if he was a black guy that committed murder, I don't think all these people would be like, yay, you're a hero. They had it coming to them. They would simply be stuck on the fact that he masked up, he got a silencer attached to a weapon, and he executed somebody on a public sidewalk. He said in his manifesto, the U.S. has the #1 most expensive healthcare system in the world. Yet we rank roughly 42 in life expectancy. Good God. That is something to think about, isn't it? The #1 most expensive healthcare system in the world, yet we rank roughly number 42 in life expectancy. Now, this has encouraged me to go figure out who is the top 5, or who are the top 5 countries for life expectancy. I'm going to leave this one right here. You leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think, and we'll have a discussion further from here. I'll catch you on the next video. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.